music going a little bit here.
In each moment there's life, blessed and born of pure light. But as it took a single breath, all life that was left came to an end. Cross the line. Within this world where everything is left in pieces, there's one last wish that has been burnt inside my mind. The dream has been warped by sadness, a curse of fate and anxiety at last. But it's as soon as remains as it looks your way. I fly, as snow. I should have threw it down, but suddenly I'm tangled up in my own destiny. All of the pain was my own fail to erase. Crushes back to me and nearly knocked me back. So fear really burning back this better all I don't regret it. Stop and judge the people I love. Even when the strength I have is not enough. To conjure happiness and cunning God, there is a droplet of fire still shining. This is everything to me, the only thing I need. And I will not betray the crimson oath that remains deep in my veins.
Alrighty then, we are here and we are switching up, going over to Anime Talk Show Tuesday. Hello and welcome everybody again to Anime Talk Show Tuesday. We are on episode 24 on we're on our seasonal, our bi-weekly seasonal roundup. I'm your host, HyperBunder_1, and I've got my co-host over here, Mr. Highkick, as well as the ever so often popping up Shadow DF guy. I don't know if I can call him a co-host yet, or what. He's here sometimes, and then he's not. I don't know. Anyway, apparently this week, in other news, everybody slacked on their jobs except for me, sad face. But, you know, we're all just...
you.
Well, I didn't do anything. I played a lot of games this week and I still got it done. Then again, I have a lot of downtime at like 4 o'clock in the morning when I'm the only person awake. Except you're awake sometimes.
Yeah, I'm usually
But anyway,
around that time.
But have you been enjoying the anime that I've been talking about? That's the real
Yes,
question.
I have. Like, I started watching, well, of course, Darling in the Franxx, and then I started
Yeah,
watching
it's
Grand
so good.
Crest. And then,
Grand Crest is pretty good too.
sure.
Grand Crest is interesting. Like,
It
okay,
is.
so I want to talk about the first couple episodes real quick. Like, the dude just murdered so many of the last 6 dudes and, like, fucking ripped out that one dude's eyes. And then it's all like, alright, cool, we're cool. You seem like a cool dude. We're all cool. And now we're friends. And now we're fighting together. And I was like, what? I was like, that's not how that works. No way.
I can't bring myself to watch Dream Quest.
It's pretty good.
I don't know, it's
Shadow's just Shadow. I just ignore him. He's just, I don't know. He's one of those
I can't-
naysayers. I just ignore him.
Mm-hmm.
He apparently he wouldn't know good anime unless slapped him in the face. However, he does know that the Outlaw Store is great. Cowboy Bebop's great. As long as he knows that those are good, I can't completely discredit him. But if you told me that the 90s anime was trash, I'd be like, alright, your opinion no longer matters here.
No,
You don't
90s,
exist
the
here.
90s, to me, the 90s
90s, 2000s.
set the pace.
No, it
90s
did. I agree. The late 90s and early 2000s was the, anime prime. It makes me, because I want to say the same thing about music, too. Music just seemed to be better at that time. But then again, I guess that's just, what getting old is like. Nothing else compares to what you thought, when things were better when you were younger. So, back in my day, I mean, I guess that's what that is. Either that or stuff just really sucks. Like, I even think movies these days really suck. Oh my god, movies are trash these days. Like, a lot of the movies that come out in theaters, a lot of them are just awful. They usually just take the same ideas and continue, doing them over and over again. But anyway, as this is an anime show, let's get back to the topic. Jesus. Why am I staring at Discord? I don't care about Discord. Need to get my chat up here. Anyway, so this is here, smash that against there, pull up the chat, boom, there we go. It's that good old Windows with its, whatever the fuck section, Windows bullshit. Anyway, so, first episode on this list is, or the first anime rather on this list to talk about, the last 2 episodes to update, is Black Clover. Not a lot going on story-wise per se, except for, hey look, they're still fighting in the capital. Oh look, now everybody's getting stolen in the most recent episode. I mean, like, Asa's kind of half dead or whatever, extremely injured, I don't know. Like, parts of the episode he acts like he's extremely injured, and the other parts he doesn't. I don't know.
He has a huge adrenaline problem, I think. Like, when the adrenaline's flowing, he doesn't feel fucking anything.
Yeah, like real people. But no. And then, like, yeah. And so basically, the rest of the big bads are coming out. They're just discovering more of the plot. Apparently, they just wanted to steal the dude bro. I'm assuming they wanted to steal the dude bro because of the specifically sparkling pendant on his neck that showed up, like, at the end there. Since that's the organization, I believe, that was trying to steal the magic stone that Asta got in the first place. So I believe they're after the stone that's on his neck. But anyway, I wonder, at the cliffhanger, who the guy is, who the man behind the curtain is. Like, half of me is going with, maybe it's the Wizard King, but he seems too cool to be a dick like that. But, I mean, that would be a really good twist.
And we also don't really know him way too much.
Well, I mean, he just seems like a cool dude. Like, first of all, he disguises himself and runs around and is, like, watching all the kids and just watching everybody, and he seemed like a nice person, kind of.
Yeah.
So, like, that would be a real big twist, but I feel like that's the twist we're coming for. Or it's going to be somebody else entirely. The right dude knows. Either way, that's really basically all that's going on in Black Clover. It's just more fighting and whatever. I mean, that's what it is. It's pretty sure it's a shonen, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's a shonen.
Yeah, so it's literally fighting.
Yeah.
And it's got a 3.6 8 out of 5. I was going to come here to see if there's any tags like shonen and stuff. But there's not. What are my recommendations after this? Oh, Boku no Hero Academia. Naruto. Fairy Tail. Yeah, basically. Yeah, fucking good old shonens.
Oh.
Oh, I can add a new recommendation. Oh, people actually upvote these? That's cool. Apparently this True Legends kid is the auto recommendation, but apparently he made good recommendations that everybody agrees with. Nifty. Can I go back, please? Yeah, sure. Then go back. Next up, we've got Overlord 2, which I think other people are actually caught up on. I didn't watch half of this episode, but I already, get a general roll of how things are going. For me, Overlord 2 is, oh hey, look, we're gonna fucking go beat up these dickholes and we accept the chick into our thing. See, it took me forever to get the connection between this series, the 2R, and then the chick that, what's his name, found dead. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know there was deeply rooted story. It's kind of interesting. Good on them for doing that.
The story's actually really nice.
Yeah, making the story connect, which is interesting. Because, like,
They,
I didn't even remember that episode. I need to go back and rewatch the first series and then watch the second series, like when it all ends, just to get everything correct, and it'll make more sense, I'm pretty sure.
there's a lot of depth in the world, I would say, though.
Yeah, they're like doing world building to the nth degree. Like, if this continues on for more seasons, like, I like how they're building the world. I honestly, like, for a video game, like, stuck in a video game anime, this one honestly goes above and beyond pretty much all of the others, as far as I can tell. Like, all the other ones, yeah, they have some world building, but it's, like, kind of whatever. All the other ones are mostly fucking harems. I mean, this is also technically a harem too, because, except his harem is all of his underlings, basically. That is his harem.
Yeah.
But it's different. Like, it's just some nerd kid going and trying to figure out the differences between the game world and the real world and just, like, pushing the bar to things. However, I'm pretty sure at some point his whole acting thing is going to have to, like, chill out, like, where he tries to... Because he tries to act like he's, a giant evil guy or whatever, but he's really not, and all sort of shit.
You gotta think that the game itself, or the world itself, stops him when he gets too close to being over dramatic or over lewd or over anything.
Yeah, no, it literally, like, takes away his humanity. He gets limited by anything. He can't be happy, he can't be sad, he can't be anything.
He's like the true meaning of neutral. He has to be.
It sucks, dude, because you'd be like, oh man, I've got a giant wing. Oh, nope, nothing. Like it's so depressing. What is it?
You can't even get depressed though.
Yeah, what does it say? I know. I'm pretty sure this. You could be depressed. I'm pretty sure the anime doesn't stop you from being depressed. It stops you from being too sad. But depression is that thing where you feel, and you're not exactly sad, but you're just stuck in this feeling of meh forever.
Well,
And that game is literally setting him up for the feeling of meh, because he can't be happy, he can't laugh, he can't have like sexual relations or attraction. It's literally setting him up to be in the level of depression where he can feel nothing. That is depression. I want you to know that. Like, the game is making him depressed. Which is kind of funny.
So, Heike, how about the ending, though, to the latest episode?
To me, it was kind of weird. Like, I'm wondering if the underlings are in on it, just like setting him up to be this grand adventurer that can just beat anything.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Because that's his whole point, is the adventurer side.
Like,
His point is to do that.
So, Heike, you don't mind spoilers, do you?
I'm caught up, dude.
I'm caught up.
I'm the only one not caught up by like 15 minutes or 10 minutes. It's not a big deal.
Okay, well, let
Whatever
me say this. I think that because, like, well, you know by now that something. I'm just gonna say it any damn way. That demon, he hops in to protect her. I don't think there is a clue that the Ainz would jump in just out of nowhere. That's what confused me.
So you think that there might be a chance that it might be somebody else?
Like somebody reported, like something went off in Ainz, and he felt that one of his followers was getting hurt, so he jumped in like Demon did, but he hasn't realized that Demon's there. Or it may be, or I feel like maybe it's an imposter. Maybe it's someone different.
You see, I feel like he's just trying to build up his reputation as a adventurer, so he can like get in to all the groups that are already been set.
I'm gonna go with High Kick on here on this, and that's exactly what he's doing, because that's what he does when he's in the adventurer body. You know, when he morphs himself into the adventurer, he had to do that. That's like what the entire first series, first season's about, is him having to do all this shit to build up fame, reputation for that character. The funny thing is it's like, I feel like the adventurer version of him is the way he actually wants to be, like, playing the game kind of deal. Because he is nice, and he does want to save people and shit. But then, on the flip side, he has to be Ainz, because if he's not, his followers, probably wig out. And, like, the test that he's currently doing is testing to see if they can make decisions for themselves, like if they are, their own beings and not just the programming that was programmed into them. That's why he had Kakitas, do the thing he did, lead the battle and see if he learned anything. He's trying to figure out if they can learn, if they can, they're basically, I guess, real, or if they can,
if they can have their own emotions and rise against him.
I don't know if that's necessarily what he's trying to learn. He's just trying to learn if they can improve.
Well, I mean, he might also be trying to get them into a state where if he finds out how the hell they get out of there, that they can just kind of fend for themselves too.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, like this is one of the other interesting things about this anime that isn't in like all the other world animes. He's not really trying to figure out how the fuck to get out, as far as I can tell. He's just like, and I'm here. All right, we're gonna make the best of this. I haven't seen him actively searching for how to get out. Like, the anime isn't about how to leave. He just kind of accepts that he's in it, or he's just kind of trying to figure out how the system works so he can, I guess, roll with it. I don't know.
I mean, then again, like, if he gets, like, anxious and shit about getting wanting to leave, fucking that thing's gonna activate and put him back at ease again.
I don't think it does, like, that exactly. It only works when he's, like, over-emotional, but, like, anxious is meh. Because he is getting slightly stressed out about things that it's not activating. Like, he is under decent levels of stress currently, because he's trying to manage all these fronts.
I mean, technically, he's the most powerful being in that world.
Yes and no. Yes, because as far as we know, sure, but no, because that is only as far as we know. There could be, that's the whole problem, actually. That's the whole, like, reason why in the first season somebody was able to control Shalti or change or basically break her from his will and turn her against him. That's the problem. That's the other thing he's worried about, because there's people tracking him. He doesn't know if they're like players like he is, because if they are, then the chances he isn't the strongest. He is equally as strong as anybody else, because, well, if they're other players, they're probably max level like he is, because the game was dying, because it was the end of the game. He was logged in or whatever at the time, originally.
The game turned into a niche.
Yeah. So it's likely that there is somebody around. That's why he's getting the second Tomb of Nazareth made and everything, because of that. Because those people exist, or because somebody exists that has the power to control his people, or to change their, change them against him.
I mean, on the other hand, the game is heavily based on like the items that you acquire and shit. And if I recall, at the beginning of the first season, he said that he was the most powerful guild, like in the game. So I doubt, like if somebody else is out there, they're not going to be as strong as him.
I mean,
but
he
they're
was
definitely going to be strong enough.
He was the guild leader of the most powerful guild in the game.
Yeah, but a one person does not make an entire guild on top of that.
He had the power. Well, I mean, those little jewels on his staff, they made up for the powers of all the other. They all made that together. That's what makes him powerful. Was their teamwork.
Yeah, I think the staff is actually just an item that helps him control the Tomb of Nazareth, I believe.
What's the bet? What's the bet that the other person's a hacker of sorts? Like there is another person that's a hacker of sorts.
Not gonna. Nope. Fuck off. I'm not going to. Whatever. I'm gonna do that. But also I want to point out, in this season there was the dragon that the lady was talking to earlier, that was talking about how that there was like things that, like there was a part a couple episodes before the whole Eight Fingers arc currently started, where there was a bunch of people talking to this. There was this lady ended up talking to this dragon and shit, and like the dragon was talking about, there's nobody as strong as him or whatever. It's been a long time since he met somebody strong enough to handle him, and that like they were talking about the items in the game. They even said like there were items from Yggdrasil, which I believe they were saying was a world-class item that was controlling somebody or something, and then one of them was broken or something by something else. So like somebody was using super high-tier magic that nobody can use, and it was from Yggdrasil, which is the game. But then they were also talking about other items that exist from something else. They named like 3 separate names. One of them was the game name, one of them I think was the world they live in, and one of them was something else. But that had been brought about with the items from Yggdrasil or whatever.
Maybe his existence was an error, and the game is trying to fix that.
Don't know. This isn't Death March, damn it. But anyway, so that's enough about that. Do you guys have anything else to say about it?
That's pretty much all. For me, at least.
Alright, on to Sadness Evergarden. I mean Violet Evergarden.
All of the sadness.
Oh man,
Tears.
the fucking last 2 episodes. Well, the episode before the most recent one was just like the ending of the whole finding out Major's actually dead arc, where she's also coming to terms with the fact she murdered tons of people and was basically essentially a terrible human being, kind of. And yeah, that whole like 2-3 episode arc was just man, the sadness there. And like, so now that she's basically come to terms with it, now she went off to continue doing her job, after taking obviously a hiatus because of being extremely distraught due to feelings. Ugh, people and their feelings. And then now she's fucking dealing with the dying mother thing. This episode's just, man. Dying mother writing letters to her child that, will be delivered every year for the rest of her life. That's pretty cool. I've heard of people doing that before, like, in real life normally. But just, like, it's interesting. Also, it's very sad, because, like, every fucking time that girl... It's kind of depressing for the poor girl, because, like, you'll be like, oh man, it's been a year since my mom died. I think I'm finally over it, and then you get another letter. You're like, oh God, why? That kind of shit. Like,
damn.
That's pretty... It's like, pretty shitty, but also it's kind of, at the same time, nice, whatever. But then, like, you know, at the end of that episode, fucking Violet just, like, breaks down in tears. I think she's becoming more human, I guess, than fucking terrible murderer beastie kid she was during the war. I think that's basically what the anime is going to kind of be, and I already knew that as it was going on. It's going to be her, like, progressing into a proper human being, like the Major wanted her to, kind of deal.
Watch her just commit suicide like near the end.
Oof,
That,
man,
that's
that would be
gonna be the
hardcore.
ending, dude.
That would be hardcore.
Okay,
No,
okay.
like I wanted to get her past. Like, yeah, sure, we saw her past now with the Major, but I want to figure out how his brother found her in the first place. Like, how she got that way. That would be nice or interesting to see. It's probably going to be a terrible childhood type thing, obviously, but it'll be interesting.
Definitely.
Anyway, that's basically all I've got for Violet Evergarden. Do you have anything to add to that, okay? Because you watched it, I think, and you didn't catch up with it this week.
I was able to catch up, sadly.
Oh man, fucking the worst. The worst co-host in history! No. I mean, you did miss it. I was worried about you not being on there. I saw you all, like, not online. I was like, oh no, is he gonna miss it again?
Nah, dude. Fucking, I had to go on my own computer for a bit while Kalina was playing stuff on here.
Ah, okay, makes sense. Alrighty then, on to Martian Maiden-chan, the magical girl anime. Still pretty good, still pretty cute. The fucking winning through victory of BS proportions when they should lose. That was weird for sure. Other than that, they're still their everyday life. They're starting the, I guess, all of the proper battles now or whatever against the other schools. And so that's all we're gonna get is just them fighting. And I'm guessing the theme here is gonna be friendship still triumphs everything kind of deal. Even though, like,
Until it doesn't.
I haven't seen her really. Her power is basically she's gotten to the point where I guess she's kind of OP that she can rewrite spells in her book based on whatever the fuck she needs to do. So realistically, if she's smart, she could just go, oh look, I'm just gonna write this spell to counter your spell, and also kill you. I mean, they can't kill each other because that's not a anime like that. But you know, just like, hey, knock you out kind of thing. I don't know. We'll see how that goes because she keeps just like making up spells on the fly, and like somehow she's able to fix. Was it the Russian? Yeah, it was the Russian chick's spell. The part that, like, her... So apparently that chick had an overpowered ability where she, within, like, a 200-meter radius of her, the enemy team's magic is just immediately negated. And it was called the Fool. Kind of reminds me of fucking Nobunaga the Fool, the anime we had talked about the other show. Still pretty good. Or the dude's magic from fucking the bastard magic instructor. His was the Fool, and it did the same thing. Canceled all magic within a range. I don't know what the connection there is with that. I think it has something to do with like magic and tarot and all that stuff. What the Fool actually signifies. I don't really remember off the top of my head, but I know it's all connected. Anyway, so that's basically that. They're just fucking friendship is magic, magical girls. Fighting other girls, trying to whatever. Can't wait till America gets on the scene though, and America gets their shit stomped because the American bitch is like doing so much underhanded shit. They're basically being America, and I'm like, man, this sucks. The representation of America sucks, but it's so accurate. So yeah, America are like bad guys basically. I wonder if that's how the rest of the world sees us. Anyway.
At least our government.
Yeah. On to Death March. Which, this is the only thing that I think Shadow really likes to watch every week, or the biggest deal.
It's the biggest deal for me because it's one of my favorite genres.
Fucking the stuck in
another world type
It's
genre.
usually games, though. Let's be real. The Another World anime is mostly games.
Yeah.
I think Gate was one of the only ones that wasn't a game.
Gate was really good too, though.
Gate was really good, yes. You know, I'm telling you should watch Outbreak Company if you hadn't heard of it.
I've watched some of it. I haven't finished it.
I didn't finish it, scrub. But anyway, yeah. So Death March. They're doing the thing. They're taking what's her name back. Wait, the last two episodes. Did episode before this one? Is that when he defeated the tower thing, or were they already on the journey?
He defeated the tree.
Yeah.
The guy, the Death Lord. He gained another fucking holy sword, pretty much.
Yeah, the holy sword, Galhorn or whatever the fuck. He already has the game-ending holy sword, the one that's supposed to glow blue. The Galhorn, I think, is a different one.
It still glowed blue when he pulled it out.
Did it? I don't think it glowed blue. I think it just glowed in general. No, because the first one that he was trying to do was a blue sword that was supposed to like basically be a giant glow stick in his hand. Just glow blue like that. That one I think was just white. Either way, the dude just wanted to fucking commit suicide and die, basically. And so he did. So we murdered him and then saved everybody else still, which is kind of nice. I don't know why the fucking...
Yeah, but
I don't know why everything turned into salt. That's kind of weird. Saltier than the Dead Sea.
Like, shouldn't they all be questioning him about now? Like, honestly, because he's like, I'm just a merchant. You fucking killed fairly powerful people like it was nothing.
I don't know why he's trying to keep all that. He was trying to keep that shit hidden in the dungeon. I guess because he was worried about the normal people. I feel like his girls know that he's fairly overpowered. Maybe except for the chick that like is madly in love with him. I think she's the only one that doesn't know. But I'm pretty sure his like slave girls, which aren't his slave girls, but his whatever the fuck, his harem. I'm pretty sure his harem knows. His harem knows.
The other Japanese girl really does know.
Oh no, yeah, she knows because first of all she knew he was Japanese too.
Not only that, but the one thing that I kind of understand, I kind of don't, is that he doesn't tell her like all the things that are different about his reincarnation, because who knows, she might have an idea of what the fuck's going on.
Maybe, I don't know. His storage is different. Like, I think everybody else is reincarnated normally, but I think he was literally reincarnated like a game. I feel like the other chick is just flat, like she didn't have a UI and shit like he does. Yeah. Because that made it more apparent with the recent episodes is he was just sitting there groping the chick while he was in the UI, recreating his spell. So yeah, she doesn't have that. She's just a normal person, but has the ability to use magic like everybody else. So she has the magic storage, which is also shit, compared to his storage. His storage is broken because it saves the state of things, which makes sense because it's like a fucking video game. Video games do that. They don't, items don't burn away in your fucking inventory.
Not only that, but he has infinite space, whereas the inventory space that she uses
like 6 or 7? Yeah. Not only that, but I think you can have multiples of the other storage, the mana storage thing. Also doesn't use mana like that one does. Because as far as I can tell, the other storage is summon, like it's an ability thing. Not just like something built into your character kind of deal.
No.
But anyway, they're on. He did that. Then they're on the way.
He doesn't have infinite mana either, which kind of he complains about running out of mana. But if you've ever paid attention to his mana, it doesn't seem like it's going to run out.
He doesn't have infinite mana. I don't think he really complained about it. I just think he was worrying that whenever he was giving it to the fucking Sprout girls, that they were gonna steal it all or whatever, but they didn't.
I mean, his mana is basically almost unlimited, I would say. So I don't think he.
I thought his mana and health and everything's in the 3,000 range.
No, those sprites took a shit ton of mana, and he's still spouting enough mana to wipe out a nation. It's
like
all he has to do is use the meteor spell.
One thing I've been wondering for a while.
He can only cast. I think the lore on it is he can only cast Starfall 3 times before running out of mana. So imagine how much mana that shit uses. No,
but that was before he. That was whenever he had the shitty mana, and that was also whenever he had the scrolls. But now he can cast it normally. But also, it's way too powerful now. It's completely busted.
He mistakenly maxed out the level.
I don't think he mistakenly maxed out. He just did it like a video. But dude's
I'm waiting for the moment when somebody discovers that he has a health bar, unlike everybody else.
What do you mean he's a health bar?
Yeah, he's with his level and everything. Like somebody can, if somebody like a noob, like someone that's level like 3 or 4, like took a knife and stabbed him in the heart, people in that world would expect him to die. But his health, he has so much goddamn health that it probably just it would cut through him, and it's like, oh yeah, instantly healing. Sorry, can't do it.
Yeah, something like a fucking.
Yeah, that is weird. That is. But I thought everybody else did kind of have a health bar.
Everybody does have health bar and status bars, but he can only see them because he's the UI. Nobody, as far as I can tell, nobody else is the UI.
Nobody, not even Japanese girl, can tell that he's using the UI.
Yeah. Yeah. So he is literally playing a game as the character. He was resurrected. He's not as God. He's not a god. He can't do everything he wants because he was forced to do the fucking tree mission
He can
thing.
instantaneously know everything though. Like he could just look at something and it'll show him what it is.
Kind of. I mean, he also has a. It's kind of like in my other world with the smartphone anime. He's got the broken ass mini map, which nobody else seems to have that kind of thing either. That's how he always knows when there's people around. And nobody else knows it. So I mean, he's pretty overpowered. Hey, but he's just a normal game basically character in that game or whatever. Well, was normal until he got all the XP whenever the game tried to murder him.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. But he's I guess I don't know what it is. I mean, he can see the status effects or whatever. He can see why people are tired. Apparently, sleeping gives you mana in this world, which is interesting. I would think it'd be like stamina, but mana. Weird. But yeah, they're going on their way and just traveling. Nothing really happened if they haven't traveling. Oh, except for he was testing out the game mechanics of his storage and his inventory, and he's trying to make spells because he learned that spells are very specific.
Funny, he can't. Okay, how is he going to use Starfall again if technically he can't chant the spell?
Can he not chant the spell?
No, he can't. He doesn't know how to do magic in that way. That's why he wants to learn the mechanics of it. That's why he had what's her name? She had to chant it for him because he couldn't test the spell himself.
Yes, that's because he doesn't know their language properly.
The only way he can cast spells right now is through the interface.
Yeah, which he could still just do that anyway because he's got the interface anyway. I mean, that's why he could still use Meteor. He still has it, and he's talked about using it.
Yeah, but you gotta think he could use it, but that would look kind of weird that his magic just appears out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, everything that he does looks weird. First of all, he's got a fucking magical pistol. Like, at the very first. That's why he doesn't want to use it, because it's semi-overpowered. Not as good as his sword, though. But then also, the other thing he does is he just fucking picks up rocks and flicks them at supersonic speeds and does extreme amounts of damage, like against the imp.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, all he has to do is literally walk around the world and just all of a sudden, the skills pop up and he has infinite, fucking skill points. So he just dumps full max everything.
Oh yeah, you noticed that too in the latest episode where his skill point number is not there no more. Like it doesn't show. It doesn't. So I didn't see it. It didn't show where he had et cetera skill point stuff.
Or it said like 99 plus or whatever. Yeah, I think that the whole skill point screen, like we're paying too much attention to it because I think it's just random every time, honestly. Because like I said in the beginning, it only showed like 30 or something, like in the very first couple episodes, and then after that it was 99 plus, and then after that it was something else.
That or every time he does something heroic, he gains a set number of skill points.
I don't know.
Like the game has a action based an action based grant system.
I think that's going too much into it. I highly doubt that. Its action based system only gives titles, which apparently titles are connected to fucking using things. Like he can't use the hero sword unless he has the hero title. That's actually kind of an interesting game mechanic. I kind of want to see a game use that mechanic because that's kind of nifty.
I like the game mechanic where even though he like leveled up the skill, like with the music skill, he leveled it all the way up, but he still played bad.
Yeah.
That's
So
because
like,
we're trying too hard.
yeah, leveling it, but see, leveling it with skill doesn't give the actual knowledge of doing it.
Kind of, but not really, because he was able to. He fucking got the Rat Man language, and he was able to talk with them, and he like just that episode. He's also gotten other skills that you can't normally do, and he maxes them out, and all of a sudden he's God. Like, for instance, the sewing thing. He went from sewing, except also he forgot to tie the thing on the end, so like he didn't know to tie the thing on the end. However, he's good at sewing. Like, it's like he has to have still some knowledge, but like on top of that, it makes him good at it no matter what. I mean, the rock throwing thing, or the what else? He's done some other things where he just like bartering and all that. You know, where he just shits on people without actually knowing.
Poker face, fucking
Yeah, poker face, all that shit.
deception.
Oh, there was all those sexual things. It's funny because like the dude went to that fucking place and he totally boned those women, and then like that's it. not even his women, but like it's just kind of funny that the anime like basically made that a thing, or made that.
He went to
anime.
the bar, got drunk, and fucking just got all those. He got all those titles and skills. I think he got a title, didn't he?
Oh, I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I don't remember.
But anyway,
I don't remember.
moving on to Toji no Miko. Alright, so the anime here is taking off. They're getting ready to battle the massive cunt that is the evil Aradama, obviously, and that's what the anime is all about. So, that's taking off. Their girls are currently in its squad, and now they're splitting off to basically fight all their enemies in pairs of two. But at the end of the most recent episode, so basically they were fighting all of those people over the last two episodes, and now the end of the most recent episodes, the two main girls, the black-haired chick and the brown-haired girl, are there to fight the big bad. The whatever princess, whatever the fuck the name was, the giant evil thing that's been there forever and just kind of slowly fucking over the world. So, we find out, I'm assuming next week or this week, probably on Friday, whenever, what happens there. I'm sure they're gonna fight. I'm sure they're going to maybe almost lose. I don't know. It's gonna be one of those anime moments where like they get the shit beat out of them, but then like, we have a friendship, and then beat it. Probably. Maybe not in this episode. Actually, no, that is episode 12. It's a 12-parter as far as I know, so that is actually probably what's gonna happen. That's going to be my future summary of the episode. No, this thing, it says it has 24. What? Then maybe it has 24. I don't know what's going to happen. Are they going to lose? I guess they'll lose, and then we'll have to regroup, train harder, then go back. I don't know. I don't know how the fuck you can turn them into 24 episodes, but... Alright.
I mean, whole separate arc?
Huh?
A whole separate arc, maybe?
Yeah, I guess. Already on to, what have you watched here? Have you watched Ramens here? No.
Have either one of you got into Mob Psycho 100?
That's
They
it's not a
released an
seasonal.
OVA.
That's just an OVA. It's not relevant here. Exactly. It's not a seasonal. However, Mob Psycho 100 Season 2 is going to come out, I think, this year? I think so?
That's what I'm talking about. That's
Later
what
this year.
OVA is about.
Yeah, but it isn't it. It was just an OVA. So, it's not here. But no, I haven't. I'm going to watch it probably. I like Mob Psycho. It's pretty good. It's another, piece by one. I was going to say One Piece, but then everybody like, One Piece! And I'm like, nope. That's the proper One Piece that's great. Haha! Actually, no. One Punch Man is the proper One Piece of his greatness. One Punch! Anyway, okay, so on to Grancrest, which Packag's been watching. Ah, yes, go Grancrest. So, really, last couple episodes are it's fucking anime is mostly just about war. Very, very little. I guess there is some story, but kind of meh in the background versus the whole warscape. Basically, what was it? There we go, the Earl. I was trying to figure out the stupid system they're using. The Earl of Archduke, or whatever the fuck, basically getting invaded by his sister thing, the leader of the Alliance, and instead of listening to what Celica and Dio had to say, they're gonna get their shit kicked in. I mean, whatever. Long story short, dude bro sends for help. A good bit of help comes. Basically, everybody gets slaughtered. Like, all the people who come to help, as far as I can tell. They all basically lose some of their forces, or lose, like, the one dude, the theatrical guy, lost all his forces himself. But really fucking, like, super cool way. I believe he's got actually the same voice as, what's his name? As William Shakespeare does from Fate. Which is hilarious to me. But anyway. Long story short, most recent episode, that guy loses, but semi-valiantly. He loses his waifu, too, right before he dies. Just fucking, like, nth level depressing. But he dies anyway. So, they lose that kingdom, and then the racistly brown man takes over. That gets that crest and gets to take over that kingdom. And fucking the Lion's chick is probably going to continue going on her rampage, which is the suck. But that part of that is done. Now, on like a mental note here, like that lady, the Alliance lady, lost a lot of fucking soldiers to them. Like, she should be hurting, honestly. Like, if this were a video game, she probably won like good old Warhammer, Total War Warhammer, 220 stacks went up against each other, and like she should have maybe 6 units left out of her 20 or something stupid like that. She should be hurting. But as far as the anime goes, I'm pretty sure she's going to keep on her rape train and keep stomping up towards whoever the hell else is going to cause problems. And I'm sure at this point, my make prediction here again in anime is that Dio's going to come back. He's basically going to hop in, become basically back to where he was, but from the vampire lair area. He's going to get Sir Lassic and all of them back together. He's going to get the crew back together. And then he's going to go and stomp the Alliance's dick inwards, something like that. And hello, Ryosuke Hero. Lord have mercy, that name. Alright. On to everyone's favorite robot waifu anime, Beatless.
Oh boy.
Hell yeah.
And here we have more interesting things. So, basically, last 2 episodes, Method being a complete cunt, trying to manipulate people behind the scenes, she's thinking she's better than Lacia. But haha, well, I don't know, she really tries to have everything thought out, I don't know. That robot woman is a massive cunt. But anyway, her and Lacia are fighting repeatedly, like the last 2 episodes. Initial D. Yes. And, the most recent episode, they're trying to, they figured out that Lacia basically stole an ID off of some other random Egyptian, like, little girl or whatever the fuck that was turned into a robot because the original girl died. And so they're trying to get that proved that Lacia is fake so that the company can steal her back or whatever, or take her back. And so now, like, they were trying to go erase the number to keep the company from being able to do that. I'm assuming it's Method's plan or whatever, or the little girl. Anyway, long story short, turns around and find out that Method honestly doesn't give a shit, and she's trying to now kill the girl that's her new owner. It's like, oh well then. And that's what the end of that episode is basically that girl's flipped over in a car that's in a bunch of fire burning. Although I think Method kind of saved her with the last explosion because she got tossed away the fuck out of the fire. However, the girl was in a rolling car, so She'll probably be fine. She doesn't look like completely fucked up. She's got blood running down from her head. Maybe she's a cracked skull, something like that. She'll be alright. In anime, that's nothing. I mean, fuck, people get stabbed through the body with a massive sword and live in anime. So, a couple just taking a tumble in a car. It's not too bad usually. As far as I know. Shadow, do you have anything to say about Beatless?
No, you've wrapped everything up pretty much wanted to say it.
Alright.
One little package.
Cool. Yep. And then on to the everybody's half-naked animal brawler, which apparently Shadow doesn't like. But everybody's half-naked animal
It's not
brawler.
that I don't like it. It's just it was kind of a cool concept at first, and then the cool concept kind of wore off.
I mean, I think it's okay. This is mainly fighting anime with very little backstory, so they're currently fighting. However, speaking of backstory, the last episode talks about fucking Hitomi's backstory, about how was a little girl that's in the most recent episode, after she got the shit beat out of her last episode by the whatever the fuck the dude is, the sand shrew. He's basically a fucking sand shrew. What is it, the pagoda or Pagolia? There we go. Whatever the fuck. I was unaware that was a real animal. I love when I learn more science from anime than I've ever learned in science class. But anyway, dude's broken, completely OP, like made out of metal level razor sharp fucking scales that basically apparently can't be injured. So
it is weird how much you can learn watching anime.
Well, it's like I learned a lot about animals also watching Terraformers, because it's the same like scenario where people were combined with animals, whatever, to go to Mars to defeat cockroaches. Same thing. I learned more about insects and shit than I've ever learned from anything about an actual science class, which I thought was kind of funny.
Then you also learned history through fucking Fate.
Learned some history stuff there, Fate, yep, that's true too. And also, there's other animes that actually like touch on history. Kind of interesting. Even Saga of Tanya the Evil is a history lesson about Germany without it actually being Germany, but it's totally Germany, obviously. Yeah. I mean, even the main character says, "Well, this is the Battle of the Bulge of Germany, and this is how they lost," or whatever. Basically, he knows what's going to happen because, well, it's the same thing as Nazi Germany, but I think it was actually World War One. World War One is whenever like they're being attacked on all sides, instead of World War Two when they were attacking on all everybody and crushing everybody. Anyway, carry on. So yeah, you learn after everybody gets the shit beat out of them, where that guy goes into a flashback sequence of, hey, look, figure out fucking Hitomi's old life as a child, where she was a full monster. Apparently, she's the only person supposedly that's been like born as a fucking cancer trope or whatever the fuck, as a full monster, or as a half human, half whatever. Or like, I guess she's like 25% human, 75% fucking whatever the fuck her base species thing is. Because I don't even think it's a Ratel or the fucking honey badger originally. She's something else because her hair's white and stuff. But maybe she was always a honey badger. I don't know. Obviously, she doesn't give a fuck like the honey badger. But when she was a kid, she was like ultra beyond full transformed or whatever, and that director found her basically. It goes through that life. They connected. He was being super nice, so I could see why she likes him. Because at first, I thought the new thing that he seemed super gruff and whatever and like spooky, but no, like when he's younger or whatever, he seems like a really cool, nice dude and not a giant dick kind of thing. But he also might just be in it for science, so who knows? Could be one of those evil scientists. It's just like, I'm here for science. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about you and your life. I'm just here to make you feel good so I can learn about you and like pick you apart because science. So anyway, and then from there she fully transforms, whatever, she fully transforms, and now she's ready to fight again. And now she's mucho better than she was before. She's basically like 100% or whatever kind of thing. Where she was only given it like, I don't know, half maybe, or maybe less than that. I don't know what they said so far. But yeah, basically, thumbs up, killing bites. And then now she's gonna fight the tiger kid who's lost his arm and probably about to get murdered anyway. Or no, he got stabbed by the tail. And she'll fight everybody that's left there and probably eviscerate everybody. Probably. She's gonna make the assumption that she's OP. She's the main character. She can't die. I mean, it's anime. Plot armor.
She got that protagonist status.
Yep, she's got the plot armor victory. Alrighty. From there, we're gonna go to Garo finishing line. So, last two episodes, fucking King, which was Sophia's brother. They were put inside the machine. Fucking, she gets out. She was trying to kill him at first. Basically drove her brother into insanity, and then he turned into a horror, which was the horror that was in the ring, which is King. And now the King is just the most, I guess, the most ancient evil type thing. I love how it got smarter and it was using technology. Long story short, they end up activating the machine and start stealing people's souls. Now the crew pulls out of the city. because the city starts getting broken down around them because King's trying to basically kill them, obviously, so they can't put a stop to it. So, good old, the crew's out. Apparently Zaruba is back as a new and improved motorcycle, which is cool. So he wasn't properly dead apparently, or he didn't actually die, or whatever the fuck. It's kind of nifty. So, Sword's friendito and partner comes back. Sophia is distraught because, well, her brother just got fucking kind of brutally murdered in front of her face by the king dude eating her brother and just destroying him. She was done with that, and then now they're all kosher-ish. I mean, she got over it and was like, alright, I'm the only one that can help you guys save the world, so I'm gonna save the world. And that's the end of the most recent episode. They're gonna go save the world now. Yes. Alrighty then. Into good old Darling in the Ferns. Ah, yes. So here we have more backstory about the children in the most recent episode. The episode before that, let's see, which one's the one before that? Was the one before
Is
that?
it bad that I keep watching this anime and I'll get halfway through an episode and for like some reason something will start to feel off to me and it makes me want to start watching anime. But it's a good anime.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but sure. There is something off. There is a man behind the curtain effect going on. I'm waiting to see what the problem was. Some of the things I expected are not here. Thank you, Fast Crow, for the follow and Mixerland, by the way, buddy. So, I predict that there was some reason. There's something going on with the adults and the way the kids exist and the way that they're all, like, separate. Something was kind of, like, explained a little bit in the most recent episode. But anyway, I think the episode before the most recent one was... Is that the boys versus girl one? I'm trying to remember. I honestly forgot which one it was before this one. I can't remember if it was the hilarious boys versus girls one where, like, they were fighting or whatever amongst themselves, or if it was the one where what's-his-name confessed his love to Ichigo. Meh, either way, my hero. Who's your hero? Question mark? But, long story short, most recent episode gives you kind of a backstory. The kid, brings up the adults. The adults are talking about how they're a weird group and how, even though they're all different, they're still one of the better groups that they've seen, fighting or whatever. They're, like, exponentially getting better and all this other stuff. And then they basically talk about, hey, we want to reward them because in the past, like in ancient times, people do better when they're rewarded or whatever. But basically, like, something's going on with 02, they're doing more tests on 02, not sure what they're testing for, except for the fact she's like half a Coaxor, which is kind of weird in the first place. Yeah. And they get awarded. Well, fucking Zerome's a jackass and, like, basically trying to get a better view. They were accepted in the city for the first time because the kids aren't allowed in the city normally for some reason. And I'm assuming it's as the reason explained in the most recent episode. So he gets stuck. He fucking ends up going up a random elevator to watch, like, one of the reactors venting, I guess, atmosphere, basically venting steam. And then he gets stuck. Sees people, tries to ask, somebody for help, somebody ignores him, and then, like, sees somebody, and he tries to get down, and he falls down, or whatever. So he gets saved by an older woman. And then, like, that whole thing, like, as they were talking about the past, that, like, he feels like he knows the old woman seems to feel something. But it's like, it shows how weird the place is set up. So, like, the men are stuck in, like, at least her partner, quote-unquote, is stuck in a tank, and, like, she basically talked about procreating in a nutshell. But the dude's just like, I guess it's like a masturbation tank kind of thing. Like, it just basically extracts his nut from him. Doesn't do anything. She also has this weird thing over her heart that's, like, mixed with the orange magma stuff. So I'm pretty sure that's what keeps her alive. Maybe what keeps other people alive. I don't know. Because the adults all look weird. Everything's weird about that. Also, it's weird in the first place that, there's cities, desert cities on the actual planet itself, and they're gone. Also, the way the adult people act. Everything about it's weird. There's something wrong, and I can't put my finger on it. I can't quite figure out what the answer is yet, because I don't have enough information to figure it out. But I just know that I feel like what's going to happen is it's going to come out that the adults are just bad people, or the people running it are bad people. They caused, whatever, the world to end up in horrible decay. They probably caused the Quaxors. Like, that's the feeling I'm getting, because that's always how, like, studio trigger and shit stuff works out. It's the same thing. I mean, this is honestly Kill la Kill, but slightly different. I mean...
So pretty much it's starting to feel like another anime, just kind of the same.
No. I mean, it's different. The stories are really different. However, like, I'm getting the same themes, the same vibes. Like, there's going to be a, it's not what you thought or whatever, or like, the people they were fighting weren't necessarily the bad people, that kind of thing. Kind of like I said, that Kill la Kill was, But, like, it's just how it seems. When Kill la Kill, you thought, Satsuki and all of them were just completely evil. But then you figure out they were trying to prepare, for dealing with her mom or their mom and shit. Which is kind of interesting. I like the way that turned out because it was a good twist. But this thing, you can already tell it's like a dystopian future thing and that something's wrong and that those people seem really weird and also non-trustworthy. Also, it's kind of weird how they're treating kids. But anyway, long story short, apparently during this episode, the old lady said something about the kids being infected, or like, and some of the other adults that came to retrieve him were scanning him, said something about them being infected by something. Like, there was some sort of outbreak at some point, I'm guessing, and people were dying and they lived as carriers or something? I don't know. It's also kind of weird in the Daria and the Franxx anime, how the other squad they meet, they all look like each other. They look like clones almost. They also have like no feelings and act like nothing. They're just there. I mean, they act like dicks, but they don't seem to, do anything. It's kind of weird. Versus this group is, first of all, they have weird machines. The other units also have all the same, like, similar machines. This group has weird machines. Also, everybody has different fucking colored hair and all this other stuff. Versus, like I said, all the other squads are just, like, carbon copies of everything. So, I don't know. It's kind of weird. So carrying on from there to, the Ancient Magus Bride. We're currently still dealing with the Carta Phyllis, I guess, like, arc or whatever part of the anime. Where, dude bro is fucking crazy as fuck, like he's been through the entire anime, trying to steal Chisei's arm because he wants to die, and the arm has a curse from the dragon that can't be broken, so he's hoping the part that's going to kill her, combined with his ability to never die, will make him die, and then she's going to have his arm of never dying, and she won't be able to die. However, Chisei being Chisei, she's now going to try to save him because she's the greatest person. She's a really good, like, hearted person, and it's terrible. She lived through a really shitty life, kind of. And she was trying to end her life, but she...
It seems like every character on that show has had a real shit life.
Well, not the fucking... the fairy people.
No, they just fucking...
A lot of the people haven't had a shit life, but the other chick that's like her, that's with the others, that's with the sorcerer dude, she had a pretty shit life. Obviously, like, the Carta Phyllis has a shit life too, but he apparently with the most recent backstory, because it shows the backstory of how Yosef fucking became a part of Carta Phyllis or whatever the fuck, and like, because he went insane, like basically trying to save this dude, this Carta Phyllis, who can neither die nor can he recover. And then after that, like, once he combined together, then he was just stealing other people's body parts and basically got to the way he was today, which is just completely just fucked in the head. That kid is fucked in the head, like beyond fucked in the head. Jesus. So, I'm sure we'll see if Chisei can save him. Chisei's probably going to be able to save him. I'm pretty sure it's the end of the series when we save him. How many episodes is it supposed to have? It's supposed to have 24. That was the 24th episode. So the 24th episode's next week. Yeah. So, because I'm only alluding to that because they're at this place where the ending song starts. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be in the series. Now that I think about it, since there's only one more episode, she better be able to save him and better not die. Like, that would be sad if she dies because of that. Because she's basically the whole series is about her, like, on death's door eternally. Like, she's just going to die. But, like,
I thought the whole fucking the whole theory about her was that her magic was going to kill her.
Yeah, the magic is supposed to kill her because she's a slave baby, and so like she's
a magical output for other people, but like a
No.
battery, she'll go
out. Kind of, but no. Inadvertently, she's more like a capacitor. She takes in energy, and she continues to take in energy. However, like a failing capacitor, she's taking so much energy, eventually she'll just explode, basically. Except her body will just die because of all the magical power she's taken in and used. That's why she has the limiters and stuff. That's why she has all of the jewelry that's trying to limit her power that, what's her name keeps making for her and that fucking Elias keeps giving her. And that's why she's not allowed to use magic anymore or whatever, because she's been using it too much. And every time she uses it, like, drains her, as well as also she, again, takes too much. I mean, that's how she saved the dragon, is she sucked up his power. And that's why she got cursed. And there's a cat now laying behind my head. Cat, what are you doing? Anyway.
But if she saves Guy instead of letting him die, if she gets his arm, she won't die.
I don't know. That's what he's thinking, but he doesn't really know. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. The man is crazy. The man is off his rocker. He is just gonzo. And yeah, I guess it's a man because his body is still looks like he did when he was younger. But he's definitely fucked. So I don't know. She's gonna try to save him. I guess. I guess somehow in the process she's gonna get her arm fixed. I have no idea. I don't know what's gonna happen. There's only one more episode left, so either she fixes him and she dies, or she doesn't. I don't know. But she also has his eye too. Currently, like the dude bro fucking ripped out her eye and traded eyes with her. That was pretty fucking weird part of that. Over the last few episodes, where he fucking rips out her eye and sticks it into his eye socket, and rips out his eye and sticks it in her fucking eye socket. I was like, whoa. And that's how they get connected, how she can see his past and everything. And it's basically the last 2 episodes, it's just that. So we'll see, basically all the anime series are ending, I think this week, most of them are. Except for all the, multi-parters or whatever.
I think Death March has got a ways to go.
Let me scroll back up real quick to check that theory out.
'Cause you gotta think,
12.
Death March,
Nope, it's a 12-parter. Sorry.
12-parter.
Yep, I mean, the last episode is... We've got 2 more episodes left after the next one.
Yeah, that's for this arc, though, isn't it?
That's for the series itself, whether, that's for the first season. This information comes from, anime lists and stuff, mostly. So it's usually correct.
We might get a second season.
I'm thinking they might do, because the whole theory of Death March is in the end he's supposed to be the hero that fights the Demon King or whatever.
The problem is
that's
that,
the game mechanic, but the game isn't necessarily how it works. I mean, as he found a the weirdest thing most recently was the all of a sudden connection to the fucking gates or whatever in the most recent episode, and how he remembered this chick from a shrine and shit. It just kind of came out of nowhere, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I foresee more seasons at least.
Well, maybe it just depends on how the anime does in Japan, mainly. The fucking studio will make that call. I mean, it might be like an Overlord where we fucking wait forever for it. Overlord 2 took, I think, 2 to 3 years after Overlord 1.
The King's Avatar, man. Second season of that needs to hurry up.
See, I don't know about that, but that one probably should. They set it up to where it'll have one, but that's China, so that's completely different. That's a whole different animal there. Fucking China. Anyway, so talked about that. On to fucking the 7 Deadly Sins season 2. So here, last 2 episodes they talked about getting fucking Meliodas' power back. He went through the trials. Everybody's going through trials. Basically, they're all trying to power up in the anime in some sort of a way, shape, or form. Meliodas fucking beat the trial, but in a different way than they basically expected him to or wanted him to. They wanted him to, just dismiss all of his feelings entirely and just kill himself in the inside. Basically become like me. So he could get his power back. However, he somehow finished the trial while also keeping all his feelings intact. Basically, in layman's terms, I believe he actually moved the fuck on. It's kind of the deal. Or, came to terms with the reality that, hey, people are gonna die, kind of thing. Whatever. Or at least the fact that that one chick's dead. So, it is what it is. Basically, that's about it. What else is going on? Oh, we see Bonds passed, that the Beast Man or whatever was a better father to him than his parents were. That was a good little sad reunion there. As well as the rest of the gang.
I love his goal. Like his one goal is to bring her back. Is like that was everything for me.
What? Oh, where Bond's trying to bring back Elaine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, all of a sudden High Kick's not here. It's just Shadow. How did Shadow move up? What the hell? Oh, we lost High Kick in general. Oh, shit. What happened?
Oh, no.
Well, apparently Shadow is now, there he is, the ex-Shadow TF guy. He's now stole High Kick's spot. He is now High Kick. Shadow was the man behind the High Kick the whole time, apparently. It looks like. Looks like on stream. Anyway, so he, the other two, Hauser and the other dude, are basically powering up. Everybody's powering up. We're about to find out if the fucking captain was a part of the Demon Clan, because in the end, like, fucking what's his nuts, King and the captain go in together.
I have the biggest suspicion he was.
No, it wasn't even a suspicion. It's been talked about. I thought it was even talked about in the first season. He was one of them, and in fact, all of the Ten Commandments talk about it.
I knew he was part demon.
Well, if you all you gotta do is like rewatch some of the first episodes when the Ten Commandments pop out. They're like, "Oh, is Meliodas that traitor still alive?" You know, because he betrayed us for long ago and helped steal us away. He's a part of the Demon Clan, yes. Long story short.
But he's not the leader of the Demon Clan.
No, definitely not. But he's a part of the Demon Clan. Also, that's the only way you get demon powers like that, is being a part of the Demon Clan as well.
I'm wondering if he was a part of the Ten Commandments.
I feel like he was, or something like that. He was something. But he doesn't. I don't think he has a 10 commandment power. There's how many of them that came out? Is there actually 10 of them that popped out? I don't think there's actually 10 of them that popped out.
That's what makes me think he's one of them.
He might have been one of them, but he'd have to figure out what his power is. I don't know. He's got full counter. What commandment is? Is it turn the other cheek? Is that maybe what it is? I don't know. Because each of the commandments have the whole thou shalt not lie. That dude's like, what's his name is the one about lies, and if you lie to him, you get turned to stone. So I don't know what the fucking captains would be, but like, I'm sure we'll find out.
I don't know. Like it started
but anyway,
off his power level was nowhere near theirs anyway.
Yeah, well, his power level is nowhere near theirs, but that's also because his power has been taken away forever ago because of what he did. So the whole, that place where the Ten Commandments are hiding out at right now, that was done by him. He fucking blew a hole into the fucking earth that goes, I don't know how many miles deep, but because he lost his shit whenever what's-her-name died. That's why they sealed his powers away in the first place, because he did that.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, but, so enough about that. On to, Kokoku. Fucking, this anime is pretty odd. The last two episodes were the fight between the girl's family and fucking Sagawa or whatever. I can't say it. And fucking the main character. Did you say what?
Said can't pronounce.
Yeah. I think it's Sagawa or something. But anyway, he ended up doing weird shit. His body like overextended. I guess he's losing control of the herald body that he fucking made himself into. It ended up eating the stomach out of the other dude that they had controlled and turning him into a twig man. He turned into a twig man, and what's her name's trying to figure out whether or not she wants to just beat the living hell out of him anyway, or expel his quote unquote jellyfish suspect out of him. And then like at the end he's trying to tell them, he's like, hey, I can save you all, or some weird shit like that. He's like, I can, teach you how to control the Spectre, even though, like, he's doing that and he turned into a herald. I'm not sure if he can actually get them out of it. But basically, he's just gonna, I guess, try to stay as a fucking herald. He just wants to wander through life as a non-real human now or something. It's just, the whole anime is kind of weird. His whole goal was weird in the first place, just like trying to figure out stasis.
I do agree that the goal was weird. But,
yeah.
But, I mean, you're more caught up on it than I am, so.
It's still, It doesn't make sense. Like, they went in, and the only goal was that one dude. He wanted to live forever is the actual goal, or what he said. And so he turned himself into a herald so that he could control the flow of time himself, or something weird like that. I don't know. It's odd.
I don't know. To me, I have seen an anime like it. I'm kind of the guy that compares anime to anime.
Hmm.
I have seen anime like it. I'm just curious about what they're going to do to make it different.
I don't know. We shall see. I mean, this is probably a 12-parter, I believe. Yep, in the last episodes this week. So there we go. Alrighty then. But this has been another talk show from those of us here at Anime Talk Show Tuesday. Thank you all for coming. You can catch us back here weekly from 7:30 p.m. CST to whenever we finish, usually about an hour, but we ran a little over. So we're a bit late. Other than that, you can also catch me and my other talk show with another co-host on Thursday, which starts between 8 and 8:30, usually I say 8:30 CST p.m. And that is a news show where we cover weekly happenings within the world, within the U.S., within, other things of that nature. But again, thank you all for joining us for tonight. Please have a good night, and we'll catch you on the next stream.